Cool. So, I'll introduce myself in a minute, but what we're talking about today is the CiviPlus Members Portal, and the sort of purpose of it is to empower, engage, and connect members and any people that are visiting the portal. So we're going to focus on how they can benefit the member itself, and also how they can benefit you as users and administrators as well on the sort of back end. So, just to sort of introduce myself, I'm Jack. I'm one of the account managers here at Compuco. So, I've been with the company for about 4 years and been very much focused on supporting membership organizations make their sort of digital transformation from Civi CRM or spreadsheets or other CRMs that they were using before. And I actually got some clients here today as well. So thanks for joining. What we always like to do on these webinars, we like to do a little poll at the beginning just to find out sort of how familiar people are with members portals and stuff like that. So if I can hopefully share, I might have to unshare my screen. So what we should be able to do is on our screen shortly see a little poll with just some questions. So yeah, it'd be really interesting to hear from everyone around sort of what database you currently use. Do you have a members portal? And also like how did you hear about this webinar as well? It'd be really interesting to hear from everybody. So CVCRM. So we've got some CiviPlus, we've got CiviCRM, we've got a few people on spreadsheets. We've got a couple more people to answer, so I'll just give them another 30 seconds or so. Okay, one more person. Okay, bro. So I'll just share the results now. So we've got a few people here that are using CiviPlus already, which is great. We've got quite a few using Civi CRM, so be excited to show you more about the portal attached onto CiviPlus as well. And also got some people using spreadsheets. So yeah, be really good to share some of the portal today and also a little bit about CiviPlus CRM, and then be happy after to have a bit more of an in-depth call. And then we've got a few people that do have a members portal. We've got quite a few that have one that say it's lacking, and people that are actively looking as well. So we've got a really good mix of people here today as well. So that's excellent. So thank you for jumping in on that. Okay, I'll just reshare my screen with you all and dive into the sort of screen share. So, yeah, the poll, what we're going to focus on with the agenda today is what is a membership portal? So, good that we've got a mixture of audience here today in terms of people that are already using one and people that are sort of less familiar as well. And we're going to focus on a little bit about why an organization would need one and benefit from one as well. And then what I've done as well is prepare some demonstration videos just to give you a glimpse of all the different bits of functionality that we're going to focus on today, and sort of how that works from a member's perspective. And then I've left a little bit of time at the end just for some questions. But please, as I'm going along, feel free to put any questions that you've got in the chat. And then I can sort of take a pause at the end and have a bit of a conversation with you all. So we've done the poll, which is great. And where I'd like to start is what is a members portal? So again, conscious that some people are already using one, but it'd be really useful just to showcase the art of the possible with a members portal as well. So what is it? Members portal is a secure online platform where members can access exclusive content. They can do things like manage their details, they can connect and network with others, and they can engage with your organization as well, all in one place. So a lot of people here today, I imagine, will have a website, and some already have a members portal. So I just wanted to focus a little bit on the differences between the two. So within a portal, because a member would have to log in, it can be a lot more sort of private and interactive in terms of the member space will know who they are, and it can push particular content based on their interest. So it provides more of a tailored experience for members. It can also be an area where benefits can live as well. So if you do offer any sort of discounts or reports, end of year reports, resources, that sort of thing, they can all live within a portal. And it's also another member benefit having that locked away in a particular area. Because CiviPlus comes with a portal and a CRM, it obviously requires the login. Because it's linked to the CRM, it also will know who that member is, what they're interested in, what membership type they hold, and that sort of thing. And it can, again, like, tailor the experience based on that. So a good example of that is if I've logged in as a member and only I can access this particular event because I'm a gold member, let's say, then only that person can access it. And it can prompt the other tiers of membership to potentially increase or inquire about increasing their membership to like the gold tier, as an example. And all of this information can be managed by members of the team internally. Compared to a website, which are traditionally used for sort of public facing promotion. So initially they're designed to sort of attract an audience to the association or the membership organization and to be there as like a leaflet to inform people on who you are, what you stand for, what your mission is, and just gain a bit of interest and information share that way. You can, of course, focus content to audiences, but again, it's typically more focused on getting buy-in for people to maybe inquire about joining or clicking that join now button or getting in contact around a particular piece of service that you offer. And usually they are accessible to everyone, so there's usually no login required. So the website traditionally won't know who that person is unless they convert into a member. So it won't provide a traditionally tailored experience to each individual visitor, whereas a portal can do that. And primarily they're managed by communications and marketing teams, less so membership managers or membership directors in this case. So why does your organization need a members portal? So it will help strengthen engagement and interaction. So having that area where you can create content, publish that specifically for members, will just help enhance that engagement piece. And having the space where members can let you know what they're interested in, what their consents are, and that sort of thing, without having to email or pick the phone up. So it can reduce that admin burden on the team as well. So yeah, it can reduce that admin burden in terms of the sense of if a member has the ability to self-service themselves, it prevents them from having to reach out in the traditional way. So blocking up the phone lines or sending sort of a lot of emails. They've got a space online where they can interact and notify you of any changes that they need to make you aware of. That then improves the member experience. So compared to having the traditional website that's traditionally one size fits all, having the members area, which is specific and tailored to them, provides value in the sense of they feel valued and heard as a member, that you as an organization or the member provider are listening to what they are wanting to see, what mailing list they're interested in being a part of, what events they're interested in visiting and attending, and that sort of thing. It can increase resource and service access. So again, because it's not one size fits all like a traditional website, a member that's logging in is able to access resources that are relevant to them as an individual person. So again, it sort of improves that member experience, but also gives them a sort of space, a safe space online where they can access the stuff that's relevant to them and their membership. You can personalize the experience for each membership type. So you can have traditional audiences of maybe I'll use this example again, a gold member, a silver member, and a bronze member. So because the individual has to log in, or the trusted contact at an organizational membership can log in, the portal can recognize them as an individual, but also the benefits that are entitled to them based on their membership type. So once they've logged into the portal, again, you can push and tailor content specifically to who they are and what membership type they hold. So if they're only eligible to sign up for this particular event because they've got a gold membership, the portal can know that. If they can access particular resources or news because of their particular membership type, the portal can know that as well. And also, it can be a first port of call. Again, I mentioned this earlier, but just to mention again, it can be the first port of call of sharing information with you as the membership provider. So rather than having to reach out via email that can get lost in people's junks or spam folders, or maybe clogging up phone lines, they can visit an online space that's mobile friendly or on their laptop, and they can edit and amend their information on that space there as well. And what a lot of the organizations we've worked with have done is position the members portal to their membership audience as a benefit in itself, along with other things that they provide to different memberships. So now what I wanted to do is focus on some of the specific functionality within the CiviPlus portal. So I'm going to give you a bit of a broad overview of everything that it can do. And I'm going to focus on a lot of these areas today in demo videos, but just because of the sort of spectrum and time capacity today, I'm going to try and get through as much as possible. And then on the second webinar that we're going to run, I'm going to focus on the back end of that as well. So what can CiviPlus do in a broad overview? It's a space where people can update their details, both information, consent, and mailing opt-ins. It's a space where they can download their invoices and make payments as well. So whether you're an individual member or you're a trusted contact at an organizational membership, it's a safe, secure place where they can access invoices, switch to their membership to direct debit, or make a payment via Stripe. They can manage and renew their membership, so they can check what membership they hold, what their previous membership was, when their date renews, and also they can switch from a sort of one-off annual or quarterly payment to a direct debit as well. Because it has the taxonomies where it knows who that person is, if they are a trusted contact at an organizational membership, then they can log in and they can manage their organization's members and also any of the information related to that organization. So I'm going to show you a little bit of that later on as well. They can book onto events, they can join wait lists. And again, the system can know who they are, what membership they hold, and what events they're eligible to sign up for. You can push any announcements and updates through the portal. So a lot of clients and a lot of people we've worked with use this for different things. So it could be announcements for you've launched a service delivery process, or you maybe have grants that are now eligible to particular members, or awards that are now open. So having a space where you can push particular information to a particular audience rather than doing it on the public space on the website. A locked-in members area as well and directory. So a space where members can go, they can see your members, organizations, individuals, they can see information about other people that are members. They can share personal information if they wish to, so they can network, links to LinkedIn, that sort of thing. There's a space where they can access their committees or special interest groups. So if you're an organization that does have regular committee meetings or AGMs or offers special interest groups, each person that logs in, because the portal knows who they are, it will show them what committee or group they're a part of, any meetings that are coming up, any meeting minutes that have been shared after a meeting, any links to perhaps Zoom or Google Meet or Teams sessions that you're running. And it will also show them who a committee chair is or a group lead is and anybody else that's attributed to that particular group as well. We've got applications and tracking. So we use this for a plethora of reasons at the moment, but the traditional use cases for this at the moment are grants applications, award applications, membership applications, volunteering applications. They can all be placed in the portal rather than having them on the public space on the website if you don't want to. Another thing that we've developed is an application review area. So this is really nice for organizations that have maybe like an external review panel or a board that you don't want to give CRM access to. It's a space where they can log in online and they can review applications that are attributed or have been assigned to them without having to go into the CRM and review all the details there. So they can leave feedback, they can review, and they can leave scores as well. You can push particular news to particular members in the portal as well. So you can create news, resources, and push them to particular people in the portal as well. Civi also has a certificate generator as well. So this is a really nice way in the portal of having the space where I've logged in and I know, okay, there's my award certificate, there's my membership certificate, there's my event certificate. So because it can generate that in the CRM itself, having that online space where they can access and download them really quickly is invaluable as well. And then finally, we have the CPD area. If you're an organization that does continual professional development, a space where you can enable a user to submit their CPD, and then that can come in for review and score as well. So what I'm going to do is focus on the sort of front half of those for today's webinar, and then on the second webinar, I'm going to go into the sort of back end. So if we start with updating contact details, so the way that we've split all these down is on the left-hand side, we've got how it benefits the member. And then on the right-hand side, we've got how it can benefit the staff and the organization itself. So if we start on the left with the members, so members can log in, and I'll show you this in a moment, and they can update their details. It can be done anytime, as quickly or as slowly as they wish to do it. It's useful when members are moving organization, moving job, changing their email, changing their surname even. They've got an online space that they can visit, log in, quickly update their information, and then that away that goes. It's done for you. So it prevents that sort of admin backlog that I mentioned earlier. They can also specify mailing preferences, which is crucially important for GDPR, and they can let you know their specific interest areas. So you can personalize content based on your member needs. So again, it adds value from them feeling heard, and it also makes your life easier in terms of having a space where they can update it rather than having to do that via the phone or via the email. And then how it benefits the organization or people on this call today is it doesn't require communication with staff directly. It can all be done electronically via the portal. Updates will automatically apply to your CRM. So there's no duplication of downloading spreadsheets or putting it into a new database or an access database, for example. All of these changes will be done directly from the member, and they'll be sent into the CRM to save you time. There's an opportunity there to collect more information than you would usually as well, because it's a space that's consistently open. And what a lot of organizations usually do is they do an end of quarter or an end of year, maybe survey, for example. But having an online space where they can visit consistently, and people's interests change month by month, as a lot of people know. So they can log in and constantly change to maximize the engagement that you're having with your members. And then finally, administrators can completely customize the data that is collected in the form. So we understand completely that every organization we work with wants to collect different and nuanced information on their members. So you've got a lot of flexibility built into the portal there. So what I'll do is just give you your first sort of introduction to people that haven't saw the CiviPlus portal, and I'll log in. So I'm going to log in here as Mary Member. So a very creative name that I've come up with. So if we log in, what the system will now do is take us into the portal. It's gave her a little welcome back message. We've got an announcements tab that I mentioned earlier. We've got an overdue payments for membership renewals. We've got the news space, the quick flash pan of events that are coming up. And then we've got a call to action button at the bottom that's used for a number of different reasons across a number of different organizations. So the member can actually toggle into all of these spaces on the left-hand side, but we want to focus on this particular example of Mary only completing 70% of her profile. So we've got a nice gamified profile completion bar there. So all Mary needs to do is she can update her details or update her password, and it will take her through to the update my details form. So she can fill in the rest of the information that she's not done so far. She can put in her preferred communication styles and methods, her interest, and she can opt into the members directory while she's doing that. So because she has to opt into the public directory, you're getting her sort of consent for display of information, and also she has the sort of ability to put in only information that she feels comfortable sharing. So that is the update my details function, and what that can do is in the back end of the CRM is it can capture all that information. It can add them to particular segments or groups. So if you want to push particular content to people that are interested in certain areas, that can all be done automatically with the portal, in tandem with the mailing tool built into Civi as well. Then if we move on to the invoices and the payment side of things, so again, starting on the left-hand side, how it can benefit members. Members can easily see a payment history across a particular time frame. So for example, if I've logged in, I've been a member for 2 years, I can see my last 2 years of invoices and any other payments that I've made to your organization. So there may be some organizations here today that do membership and fundraising. They can have a full history of that payment schedule in the back end of the portal. They can download current and past invoices, and they can actually make the payment through the portal itself. So we can streamline that whole payment process. So it's really useful for if a company pays for a membership on behalf of, let's say, the finance team or the whole organization. we can differentiate between I'm an individual member versus I'm an organizational trusted contact. So I'll show you that in a moment as well. And if you want them to, they can pay online via Stripe, or they can use Go Cardless for those recurring direct debit payments as well. How that can benefit the staff or the organization, members know when it's due and when. A lot of people just traditionally will send out a bulk run of emails to members maybe a month before or a week before renewal, but having an online space that they're constantly accessing and having that information available all year round is really useful in terms of the renewals, because it can show a steep increase in renewals and the timely renewals as well. So again, traditionally, a lot of people will have to chase members for renewals weeks after the renewal date. So that might be a common thing that some people are experiencing here today. It can reduce the unnecessary chasing and the communication, and the automatic notifications on the homepage will flash up as soon as they log in. So if I just show you that now as well. So if we log into the portal again as Mary member, and what we'll see as soon as we log in is we've got the overdue payments tab displayed with a big exclamation mark in the center. So Mary could either click view invoices, or she can toggle down the left-hand side of the portal to access her invoices, or if she was an organizational contact, she could access it. She could access the organization's invoices as well. So we can see here that Mary's got a £30 invoice that's due, so she can download the invoice directly out the portal. Alternatively, she can just click pay now and go through to a payment page where she can pay via a card. So if we can confirm that one off. Then if we go back to the invoices, we've got one that's paid. So this could be a historic invoice that she needs to download and maybe share with an accountant or with the team or whoever that may be. She can download that directly out of the system. These can all be branded as well in the top left, and we can tweak these a little bit. And then finally, we've got the one at the bottom that's due as well. So she could download this one and make a backs payment. So you could have all your backs and bank information on the bottom of these invoices as well. Then if we show a different view, we've got the organization's invoices. So if I just pause there quickly and just explain this a little bit. Because the system knows who I am when I've logged in, it knows that I have the correct permission or the trust to pay an invoice on behalf of the organization that I represent. So Mary is an individual member, and in this scenario, she also represents the Eco Citizens Collective. And you can see that she also has 2 invoices here. So she can either make that payment via card, or again, she can download the invoices that have not been paid and make the payment directly through to the organization. So, I mean, you can imagine how completely that will streamline the membership process in terms of having a space that they can constantly access online. Then if we move on to renewing and managing memberships as well. So again, I'll start on the left-hand side, how it can benefit members. So members can see their membership types and renewal dates really easily. They can see a history of their previous membership. So if you're an organization that offers like different tiered membership that they can scale up over the years, they can see a historic record of how they've progressed as a member with your organization really easily. They can make payments. They can switch to direct debit if they're paying a sort of one-off card payment. They can also switch to sort of monthly or yearly direct debits if you wanted them to. And they've also got the option there to upgrade a membership. So like I mentioned earlier, because I've logged in, it knows who I am. Maybe the gold members can only access a certain event. So it can prompt people, if they're a bronze member, let's say, to up their membership to the next tier again. So you've got a sort of sales funnel there built into the platform. How that benefits the organization, it saves time processing renewals dramatically. You're receiving fewer calls and emails asking for information about their membership because they can access it at any time, any date when they wish to. And it also benefits you because they're constantly up to date with the renewal data, because it gives both the staff and the members instant insight into the retention and the revenue trends in the CRM. So if I just log back into the portal and show you that, let's go back to here. So if we log back in as Mary member, so what you'll see on the left-hand side is the My Membership tab. So you'll see a few different things on this page. You'll see Mary's current membership. You'll see her renewal date and how it renews. So this one renews automatically as it states there. Her past membership and also how it's paid. So that particular one is a reoccurring payment that's taken. Here at the top is where you can give her a message on if you want to encourage her to switch to a direct debit for that automatic renewal cycle. Again, making your life a little bit easier when it comes to renewals. And then what we'll do is we'll show you a different view of somebody logging in. So if we log in as Martin member, whose membership has expired, he will see a completely different screen to what Mary would see. So if we go down to the memberships tab here in this scenario, we can see your membership has expired, please rejoin, and the expiry date there as well. So if he did click rejoin, it would take him through to a rejoin form where they can fill in all their information and make payment as well to re-engage that membership. Then, if we focus on organizational membership, because I'm conscious that a lot of this has been around like an individual member. So, what we've built for a few different organizations is the space where a trusted contact of an organization can log in and have portal access as well. So, what they can do is they can update both their own information and also the information of the organization itself. They can add and invite members to access benefits, and we've also built in inherited membership via the portal and the CRM as well. So having a link to the organizational members and all of the key contacts and members within that. The trusted contact can also log in and remove colleagues that have maybe left or maybe have changed roles within the organization. So a good example of this is if I've logged in and I'm the trusted finance contact that's to receive the renewal invoice, I can change the role of a new colleague or maybe a junior finance person to receive the invoice as well. Again, that will all update the CRM automatically. And then finally, they can download PDF reports in one place. So if any of the organizations here today want to generate reports on maybe how engaged that organization is, or how many people are accessing the benefits, or maybe an end of year report, for example, for each organization, you can publish that in the members portal without, again, having to send that out manually. So how that benefits you, staff no longer need to manage each organization's individual member access. The trusted contact can do that through the portal. Organizational staff can self-manage their contacts. So again, reducing that admin burden on people here. And finally, an organization can have shared ownership across colleagues, not just a single point of dependency. So if you do have a number of people that maybe, again, I keep using this example, but is a finance contact, they can log in with a junior finance person as well, and they can share that responsibility of managing their own organization rather than having to pick up the phone or send an email or fill in a form online, for example. That can all be managed on the online portal space. So as again, I'll log back in and I'll show you how that looks. So we're going to log in here as Raymond Sutton with his email and password. So once Raymond's logged in, you'll be taken through back to the dashboard. And if we just go along the left-hand side, sorry, it's going a little bit slow, and we go down to my organizations. So if we click into the My Organizations tab, because he has the right permission, he can manage his organization. So Eco Citizens Collective is the organization. He can manage and edit the organization's information. Again, this will all pull through automatically into your CRM, so they don't have to keep doing this via email or via the phone or via forms. It will all automatically update. They can see what membership their organization holds as well and when that expires. And then finally on this page, this is where they can manage either requests of people that have requested to join their organization and be added onto the membership, so members of staff, so they can accept or reject, or an area where they can add people manually themselves. So let's say I've had a new member of staff join my organization. I currently hold a membership with another organization. I can add another member of staff here really easily just by clicking add new. So we can add first name, last name, and email address. And again, all that information will be automatically pulled through into your database and CRM. So you don't have to worry about taking these inquiries via email or phone, for example. So we can add this new member. And now Fred Smith will inherit a membership with the Eco Citizen Collective on behalf of them. They can store different pieces of information here as well. So you've got like phone number and opt-in and outs. And here we can manage the roles. So if we wanted to attribute a new finance contact, we could really easily do that. And then finally, one of the later features that we've added, which is really nice if you want trusted contacts to be able to email out through the portal, is we've got the email space. So really nice. This example is in terms of I'm a trusted contact. I want to let the rest of my organization know that we need to do our CPD or we need to update our details, for example, at the end of the year. They can send a reminder through the CiviPlus portal, and that will go out to everybody that has opted in to be able to receive email communications through the portal itself. So that'll all be logged as part of the CRM as well. And then we will focus on event booking and waitlist and payments. So again, as always, focusing on the left-hand side, how it benefits members. Members can easily browse and book events in one place. They can see member-only events, member-only discounts after logging in because it knows who they are. They can join waitlist, which will automatically notify them when spaces are now available via email automatically. We can store booking of historical invoices on the Invoices tab, and it's a convenient and personalized way to publish events rather than just one size fits all on the website. We can tailor what's eligible to each individual person visiting the space. How that benefits people on this call and staff is you can control member-only events and eligibility a lot more automatically in terms of having to trust only certain members will sign up to certain events. It can all be done automatically. We can have automatic member pricing. So if you do offer particular discounts to particular members or membership types, that can be automatically applied when they check out. You can track attendance and engagement directly in the CRM as well. So a common use case we come across is people are using spreadsheets and Eventbrite and maybe MailChimp and a few different systems. None of them really talking to one another. Compared to if you have a portal connected to the CRM, if somebody signs up for an event via the portal and they attend the event, it will automatically log against their profile in the CRM. So you're generating that clear picture of who your members are and how engaged they are. Waitlists are automatically done without you having to intervene. So without you having to chase people, it can all be done automatically. And then ultimately it reduces the admin burden on members of staff as it is integrated and a lot of it can be automated and applied at checkout as well. So if I just go back into the portal and show you what that looks like. So if we log in here as Mary Member again, and if we go to the dashboard, so Mary is now 100% complete on what she needs to input at the top. And what we can do is we can go into the events area where she can search for events, she can filter for events, she can join a wait list, she can filter different events and dates as well. So if she wanted to join a wait list, she could just click there and it will take her through to a wait list form. That will be on a first come, first served basis. And when a space becomes available, the system will automatically email and notify Mary that space is now available. There's confirmation screens for when they've input their information, they can just give it a little review and then officially register. And also the system will handle automatic communications to go out to this person to say, thank you for registering. Here's a breakdown of all the information that you've input. Then if you go back into the events area, you've got a few different events that she can book onto. So you've got the Gold Members Network and Breakfast. She can book onto that. So this is just an example of a booking form. So the beauty of this is because you can create an event in Civi, you can click a button and it will publish that in the members portal specifically for members. And if we remember back to earlier, because they've logged in and they know the system knows who they are, then only gold members can access this breakfast. So it's actually locked this event from Mary, and it's prompted her to purchase a membership to actually book onto the event. Again, sort of increasing that sales funnel of members as well. And then finally, there's a Women in Tech dinner at the bottom there, which you can also book onto. So this one, she'll be able to actually book onto. So it's showcased the form. It's automatically populated that for her. So it makes her experience a little bit better. So she doesn't have to type it in. And it also prevents duplicates in the back end of the CRM as well with spelling mistakes. Bro, so what I'll look at now is the announcement side of things. So you've probably saw this a few times on the different demos as I've been going through, but there's an announcements tab front and center of the members portal, which is used for a number of different things, like I mentioned earlier. So it just gives them a space where they can be kept up to date consistently with any important notifications that you want to push, especially with time sensitive things like maybe there's grants that people run or rewards that need to be submitted in a particular time frame. You can do that front and center of the portal. Clear messaging and reminders can be done automatically as well, and you can improve the access to particular opportunities in the portal and reduce that email overload that's going to come in for people asking questions. So how that would benefit your life is, from a staff perspective anyway, the targeted messaging that can be pushed onto the portal based on who people are. It can reduce the support inquiries, and it's also simple to update that content in the back end as well. So if I just showcase that now for you. So if we log back in, we've got the trusted contact Mary. This is not what I wanted to show. Sure, I'll use it showing this. So we've got the announcements tab, publish front and center, like I mentioned. So this example is the grant application window is now open. If you wanted people to be able to apply for that, and again, only gold members, let's say, you can break that down, then only people will be able to apply for that here. They can click apply, have a form, and then submit that into the CRM as well. So really useful for announcements that you only want to be able to showcase to members. So things like grants, awards, membership increases, that sort of stuff. And then finally, we've got the members directory side of things. So a lot of people have member directories on their website. Other people have it in their portal. Some people don't have one at all. So what we've done is we've built a members portal in the portal, and only people who can access that information can be members or certain membership types. So members can easily find and connect with peers with similar interest. They can promote services. They can showcase their profile, get public recognition within the community. And also the main benefit of that from a member's perspective is fostering a sense of sort of belonging and networking within a space and peers that you're familiar with or have similar interests. And it also humanizes the organization a little bit more as well in terms of putting sort of faces and names front and center in the members portal. How that can benefit the staff and the organization is it can strengthen member engagement, as again it sort of humanize the organization, and it can be seen as a tangible benefit as well. So it can add real value if you wanted your members to be able to network with one another, maybe share best practices, procure services off other people. There's a number of different examples there. And then finally, it can save you staff time trying to find that information if you do have people that reach out to you to ask, oh, okay, do you have anybody that's based in the Midlands perhaps that offers this service, or is this particular member or has this informational report? They can actually do it themselves. So if you just jump back into the members area, we toggle down to the members directory, what you'll see is you've got a number of different individuals here. So we can search for a particular person. We can filter based on job title or other filters that we wish to add in. And then we can just click into each individual person. So if we search for a developer, let's say. So we're going to search a developer and we found Ollie. Ollie has decided that he wishes to publish his contact number, email, job title, a bit about himself as well. And it shows you some of the related contacts and a bit of a profile picture. So of course they have to opt into this, like I showed you earlier, and they have to consent to put their information forward. But it's a really nice way of putting information front and center of your actual members and giving members a space where they can network and find people they want to find. To actually edit this information is really simple as well. So back to the trusted contact that we've showed you a few times, we've got the Mary member update my details form. So all she needs to do is to update her profile is click into the top right. She can opt out or opt in. Of course, we're going to opt in for this scenario. She can add a bit more information about herself. She can add additional contact numbers, email addresses if she wants to put her personal there as well. And then all she needs to do is click Save Changes, and that will update automatically in the members portal again. So it reduces that sort of admin burden on members of the staff as well. So if we just click in finally into that area, you can see that it's pulled through straight away. Bro, so what time are we on? That's leading me towards near the end. So just wanted to sort of recap what I've showed you so far versus what we're going to show you on the next webinar. So we've gone through quickly the update my contact functionality, the download invoices, pay online, the managing and the renewal of memberships, and the organizational side of things for that as well. We've showed the event booking waitlist and the payments, any announcements that you wish to run. And then finally, we finished on the members directory. So what I'm going to focus on the next webinar is the committees, the special interest areas section of the portal and how that works. Applications and tracking as well. So I have touched on this a lot around member applications, grants applications, award, volunteers, that sort of stuff. I'm going to focus a lot more on that on the next call. And sort of paired with that is the application review space where I can log in as a trusted contact. I can see any external applications that I need to review, and I can feed that back in. The news area, which can be tweaked based on who you are and what you're interested in. The resources area, which is one of our newer features that we've added, where people can log in and access member relevant resources specific to them as an individual person. The certificate generator, the CPD tracking, so continual professional development tracking, and then finally we'll finish on the case management side of things as well. So if there's any organisations here that do sort of service delivery or have people out in the field providing services to members. So what I'll do after this is I'll share a link via email, and I'll make sure that the link's right this time, so don't worry. And yeah, that'll be on the 15th of January at 3 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time. So yeah, like I said, I'll share a little link to that at the end because there's a lot I want to get into on that as well. And then just to finish off, to give people here a bit more of a broader introduction onto sort of CiviPlus as the CRM side of things, just wanted to finish off by recapping what the CRM can actually do, what it is. So CiviPlus is a non-profit and membership association focused CRM. It's extremely powerful, easy to use, and cost effective, and it's designed to be all in one with the CRM in the portal. CiviPlus is actually built on Civi CRM. So a few people at the beginning put that they're familiar with Civi CRM. So it's our sort of SaaSified version of Civi CRM with all your hosting, monitoring, and maintenance and stuff like that taken care of. And of course, it does come with the CiviPlus portal, which is out the box and ready to go. And we can add your organization's branding, fonts, colors, logos, and it has that data pool directly out of the CRM. So what can it do in a very quick, broad overview? It can manage all your contacts, whether they're individuals, organizations. You can take payments, donations. You can take payments for membership. You can track fundraising opportunities. So if you're an organization that has major donor opportunities or gifts and wills, legacies, that sort of thing, they can all be managed in a pipeline view. You can manage your membership, so that's sign up, inquiry, application process, payments, renewals. That can all be handled in the CRM. And we've got the events and CPD and conference module as well, so you can set up events, paid and free, members in person, online. They can be published via the portal or via your website or via your social media with registration forms. We've got a drag and drop email builder. So very similar to sort of MailChimp if people have used that before, and obviously people that are using Civi, it's Mosaico. We've got the case management module and service delivery that's included and built in as well. We've got task dashboard. So when you log in on a Monday morning, you know what task you've got to do through that day and that week. Reporting and analytics on everything that I've mentioned and everything that I'm going to mention. Surveys and petitions. So if you want to reach out to your members or audience or contacts to get a bit of feedback on what you're doing, you can do that in the CRM as well. And then you can track any kind of applicant and manage your volunteers and people submitting particular volunteer opportunities. There's grant management, both from you applying for grants and you giving grants as well. So we can support both of those scenarios. Like I mentioned earlier, it's got the certificate generator. And then finally, it's got the self-service portal that's bolted on to the CRM as well. So people that are less familiar with Civi, this is what the theme in that we've gone with CiviPlus. So this is what an example contact could look like, a member contact or a donor contact or a volunteer contact can look like in your CRM. So you've got all the baseline information that you'd want to see on somebody. And then on the left-hand side, you've just got all the different tabs of information that relate to the specific contact. So things like what membership they hold, what events they've visited, what payments they've made. So you can see all of the engagement points on the left-hand side here as well. Yeah, I will pause there and share the recording with everyone. Cool. Well, thanks everyone for your time, and thank you everyone for listening. Cheers, guys.